sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
DoorDash saw its total orders increase by 23% year over year to 574 million in the fourth quarter of 2023, while its gross order value jumped 22% to 17.6 billion, the company reported on Thursday. Welcome back. I'm your boy, the Dash and Trader. Today we're going to talk about DoorDash stock and what that has to do with you as a dasher. So they also reported that their revenue was also up 27% in the same time last year to 2.3 billion. And actually they were actually at a net loss, and it was down 156 million, which is a decline from the previous year when they was down 642 million in the fourth quarter of 2022. So, despite the positive returns, DoorDash stock still dropped in the after hours trading, and it dropped by 10%. And if you don't know that, that's a big deal, because whenever a stock drops by 10%, it's in the territory of becoming halted. And if a stock gets halted either up or down, it has a potential of opening really lower. So this is a huge deal because the stock is in, crisis mode right now. And that's not to say that it can't bounce back, but a stock that's dropping 10% after hours signals a big thing to investors. So throughout the year, the investors have aggressively improved on like offerings and launched new products, and they've been doing lots of partnerships throughout the year. DoorDash been acquiring new business throughout the year, and they've been expanding their potential as far as trying to get more types of orders they're able to deliver. And I think that's trying to play a big part in today's stock price. But I'm going to go ahead and read this. It says the company said in a press release prior to their earnings call, "We are proud of the innovation and investment that they helped generate, the nearly 50 billion in sales from local merchants and over 15 billion in earnings for more than 7 million dashers in 2023. So they saying that overall dashers earned 15 billion in extra earnings because of these new acquisitions that they acquired in the year of 2023. So at the same time, they grew their marketplace GOV, which is, if I'm not mistaken, that's their gross outstanding revenue or something like that. But basically they saying they grew that by 25% year over year in 2023 to 66.8 billion, with improvements in their unit economics and fixed cost leverage, which they basically saying they proud of. The company also goes on to say that the outlook of 2024 will continue to focus on building tools to solve problems for consumers, merchants, and employees. So basically what they saying is they basically gonna try to keep figuring out a way to make their app work and make money and make sense, because DoorDash is just a middleman. They only thing they do is provide a segue between a customer who has a need, a merchant, and a dasher to facilitate that. So they don't provide any product or any facilitate the actual service. They are more a third party that provides a technology. They more of a technology company that facilitates a service that needs to be provided by somebody that may be offering a certain type of product or something they trying to sell. So you got to understand that they trying to play a fine line between actually being able to be profitable and prove and create that need they require to be an actual company. So they go on to say the monthly active users reached an all-time high of 37 million in December of 2023. So in December 2023, which is not that long ago, just 2 months ago, DoorDash is reporting that they reached the all-time high of active users of 37 million, and that's an increase of 5 million from the previous year. So when you hear Dasher saying that it's oversaturated and they can't get orders and it's harder than ever, these are folks who have been making good money in the past, and now they can't make that good money because it's 37 million dashers as of December 2023, and they had record numbers and all-time high. So it's literally DoorDash telling you the same thing the Dasher's been telling you out in the streets, that it's too many Dashers out here. But for a Dasher that's trying to make their money solely off of DoorDash, that's a bad thing. But for DoorDash, that's the best thing ever. They want to increase their active users month over month and year over year. So if they increase their active users to 37 million, that's a 5 million increase. They did that this year. You better believe by December 2024, they trying to make that number 47 million active users, if not a good clean 50 million. So imagine the saturation levels that you could be dealing with in December of 2024 if we have 50 million active users, because right now we at an all-time high of 37 million. So DoorDash CEO Tony Xu also goes on to say during the interview in the earnings call that non-restaurant delivery side of business is steadily growing, that more than 20% of customers are using DoorDash in the non-restaurant category for the first time. And the company noted its earnings statements that more than 100,000 new merchants joined the DoorDash marketplace in 2023. And if you follow this channel, you've been up to date with that, because a lot of times I'll give you the DoorDash newsroom updates and you'll see either Kroger's or Office Depot, or just earlier this year we had a news article about Best Buy partnering with DoorDash. All throughout the year of 2023, it's been multiple articles about this merchant or that business partnering with DoorDash, either on a national basis or a local basis. And this is what they're talking about. So 100,000 new merchants joined the DoorDash marketplace in 2023, and the company now has more than 100,000 restaurant merchants. So 100,000 of those new merchants that joined the marketplace contributed to that 100,000 total non-restaurant merchants that they now proudly boast on their DoorDash earnings. But still, overall, they still have a net loss as a company, because they, even though they decreased the amount they was down by 654 million, and now they brung that down to 153 million. They still operating at a net loss. So even though investors see potential in the company, even though they got a stock that's got an IPO on the market and everything else, and they CEOs is getting big fat bonuses and everything else, even though all that is true, they still are at a point where they're trying to figure it out and get to that profitability point where they can really start making some big moves. And you just wait. If they at 37 million active users as of December 2023, by the time December 2024 roll around, they will be probably at about 50 million active users, and it ain't gonna be looking too good. So DoorDash reported strong performance in 2023, and they looking to report even more strong performance in 2024, because they have a good marketing strategy. You saw the Super Bowl ad. They just announced that old dude won, 1, 2, 3, 4 cars from the Super Bowl, and a whole bunch of money, and a down payment on a house, and a down payment on an apartment. I mean, DoorDash is going crazy spending money. So you better believe they got a plan to make that money back and partnering with new merchants, and basically making it to where consumers not only feel comfortable using the DoorDash app to order what they want, but they feel like they have to. And once everybody feel like they have to use these apps to order everything they need, and that's the best way to do it, then DoorDash is going to win. So look, if you want to stay up to date with the DoorDash news, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. I will be buying some DoorDash stock, because look, they may be sticking it to the dashers, but they definitely know how to make that money and know how to generate an income. So if nothing else, I do believe in their stock, and I'm not going to be surprised if come December, their stock price is at all-time highs, along with the amount of dashers and monthly active users. I bet both of those be at all-time highs, and they have similar correlations. So I'm going to be buying me some DoorDash stock. I'm definitely not telling you to do it, but I'm FDA Dash and Trader, so you already know. I'll catch you in the next one.